don't know, day 3. Man, life is hella boring. Like, I don't know. Like, applying to jobs is like so tedious. It's so tedious. Like, I get why like they're like all these AI tools and stuff. But, like, it is so tedious. It's crazy. Like, oh, you gotta ask my resume, my name, my work experience. Oh, great, your like format is different and doesn't autofill or whatever. Like, oh man, just for you to get that like rejection 2 weeks, 3 weeks later. Like, yeah, man, I don't know. It's rough, right? Even if you were qualified, right, for some of these jobs, like even then they might not work out. Like, yeah. I don't know in these videos. Should I just keep these like long pauses or just continue yapping? I mean, it's no real value to these videos. It's just thinking. Maybe it's just forcing myself. Maybe there's some videos we could obviously tell where I'm like forcing myself to do them or not, but yeah. But oh well, maybe I'll continue to post, right? I'll think it's stupid now. Think it's probably stupid tomorrow, but just keep on going. Just keep on going. Let's see. Maybe the reason people don't really post their like coding videos or whatnot, it's because like you're just like looking at someone just like staring at the screen for like 2 3 minutes straight because like they're so logged in to like reading, whether it be like documentation or whatnot, or just thinking about like how their project should work and like all the states and whatnot. But like maybe after like whoever's watching this, right? If you ever do programming and stuff, maybe go through school, like the theory, like if you ever go through like automata's and like language theory and like all like the theoretical CS stuff, it's kind of like where you start thinking, you start seeing things differently, to where like all of these things could be defined as like a state, and you just have to think about how they essentially transition to other states, and so it's just like this big, really big, like really big scheme inside of your head when you gotta like consider the fact of like all of these different components. So I guess that's where like UML diagrams come in, where I don't know, you're just trying to get an idea across, right? But yeah, honestly, I think the big problem with like big companies or even in businesses in general are like communication. It's like the more tiers you have within a company, say like those massive like thousands of employee companies, like Google, Microsoft, like I don't know, like the whole maybe mission or whatever. Like I don't know how these board meetings go, but like they just get lost. It's like, okay, work on this. Let's say for example, Microsoft, maybe work on this feature for GitHub or something. I don't know what the feature would be, but like I don't know how board meetings would go. Maybe they have like the higher ups, and then going down to like your hiring manager. Wrong thing. To like your product manager, right? I don't know how the whole thing goes, but eventually it might come down to you as an intern, right, where you're responsible to do X task, and like depending on the communication between the different levels, right? Maybe some things are lost in translation. It's like a game of broken telephone. Like I feel like the further, or let's say in the game of broken telephone, like the more people that you have, the more likely you are to like mess up the original message, right? Like somewhere down the line, someone is going to mess up, and I feel like as humans, we always mess up. So regardless of how good you are, there might be days where you perfectly get the communication across. But like, I feel like generally speaking, that like there will be days where like some communication is lost, and whatever mission there is just lost in translation. Some parts of it, at least. And so maybe that's why startup wins. Like the startups that I feel like smaller companies are like 10 dedicated people where you're just like constantly talking all the time, and like maybe you're like talking within like the decision making process. Like you're just in that meeting, you're just like you're thinking, you can listen to all the things that they're saying, right? Like the high, like the CEOs or their CTOs, and like that's probably why startups win. It's like it's the communication, the vision is not there. I feel like it's hard to have a group of people, especially 1,000. Like I like there's no way, there's no way those people would be like working as hard as like a startup where you have like 10 hardcore people who are just like non-stop grinding, right? Like 24, like like I have a friend at SF, and like he's basically just saying like, okay, like 12-hour work weeks for like 6 days a week. They give you Sundays off, right? And they want you to have a life. Maybe it's just for balance, but like maybe that's just for like a normal worker or whatever. Like you're one of like the first 50 employees, 100 employees, right? But like, yeah, I don't know. People start startups now because like they can't find a job. I mean, it's a good experience, honestly. Like something I'm looking into right now. I feel like there's some worth to it. It's like open source and like trying to contribute to an open source project. And so, like, there's a bunch of projects out there, right? Some startups are like open source as well. So like to differentiate yourself in this job market right now, 2025, it's like contributing. Like you have to give something to get something. I've heard that online. I can't quote it. Pretty sure maybe if you like look somewhere, someone else has said it. Like all the things I'm saying is just like a regurgitation of just like multiple things that I've interacted or seen in my life. I've consumed content in my life, just mumbled up here. Just me yapping. I don't know. This blows up, it'd be one hell of a story where it's just like, yo, look back to like my day one, right? Like it's day like let's say like it's day 700, like it's fucking day 700, like it's crazy. Like if it's day 700, it's like no matter like where I am, I don't know, day 700, one can dream, right? Who knows? But I feel like most people give up. I feel like it's day 3, and I'm like I feel like I'm gonna give up. Like honestly, yeah, but I don't know. Here I am. Right? Like it's just discipline. It's just like you're setting up a day, like a time in your day. It's like this is non-negotiable. You are going to do this, whether you like it or not. Fuck your feelings. Fuck whatever. Just do it. So yeah, this is day 3. I got school. I got other stuff to do. I'm applying to jobs. I got a hackathon to prepare for. I'm just planning. I'm just messing around with the technology. So like within a 36-hour span, I'm able to like pump out a product or some kind of solution to some kind of problem that a business is facing. But yeah, I don't know. It's here. People still like 2025. Like this was 2016. This is peak time. uh, I don't know, me physically, huh? A little bit of neck chub. Gotta hit the gym. Gotta hit the gym. Gotta. I mean, just goes in life too. Maybe physically, whether it be longevity, maybe it's just get like totally shredded, just to get the 6 out of 10 in life. I love those memes where you're just like, you got to be like the 15 out of 10 man just to bag a 6 out of 10, and now in like today's standard, I don't know. Yeah. I haven't talked to Conan. Some random shit. This is like a coding channel. I don't know about this tools tutorials. Like I haven't like. Yeah, honestly, those coding tutorials. It's just I feel like there's a point to where like people create tutorials, and it's just like TikTok slop. It's like you're just watching all this like DSA, like elite code type questions. I'm like, I think I mentioned back in one of my videos. It's like it's memorization at that point. Like once you've gone through enough, it's memorization to where like you're not like thinking. Like you're not thinking about like how things work and how things truly deeply work. So I don't know. It's like during my first year, right? I was truly curious about like all these kinds of things. And then I don't know what the hell happened within like between first year to like third year. Like it was just bad. I don't know. Just down in the dumps. I had to do summer school for the first 2 years. That was like really shitty. And like essentially just wasted time. But I did gain I did start like I did okay let me start. I started to see like the worth in school. Second year summer. That was where like I barely passed most of my classes. Like I did not give it like I did not give a damn. Just ChatGPT everything. Like there's like this assembly course like I feel like everybody's gone through it. Anybody in like SES degree, right? There's this assembly course. Like it's just bad. Like the first time doing it was just bad. It's because like I didn't commit. Like it was one of those courses where like you had to like study for it, and once you study for it, it became easy. Though that could be said about anything, but like it was just one of those courses where you can't bullshit. And I'm sure whoever's watching this, whether I'm assuming you've gone through high school, maybe first year of uni or something, and like you definitely maybe not, but like eventually you'll see like one of those courses where you're like, yeah, I can't bullshit this. I gotta put some effort in. And like maybe now, fourth year, right? I'm starting to see the value in there's some value in school. I would say that there's like there's some value in it. There's school does not have zero value. It has some value to where maybe if you're lost, right? You just pick a path, you pick a degree, you kind of explore it. I don't know, you go into debt, right? But like, in my personal opinion, I feel like that's the safest option. And like I'm in Canada, there's like a thing called like OSAP, right? It does help with your debt, and depending on your income, you're given grants. I think where you just given money, and because you're low income, it's support like the government supports you for school. I don't know if this will stay. Hopefully it stays. Like it's a pretty good thing. Helps pays off for school, right? You get like 1,000, 2,000 or something. I don't know depending on your income, right? But it's a good thing. It's a good thing. School. It's a networking part too, where I don't know to talk to people. Like you see those reels where it's like, yeah, I want to go network at school and stuff, right? And then like go to school and then school ends and then you just go straight home. Like I was that guy. I was like, I mean, I did that for like the first 2 weeks of school and then never went again. And like, I don't know, I just like being isolated, having no one to talk to, like that is to me pretty crappy life. And like as humans, we are social. You have to talk to people. You need some feedback. And like, yeah, you gotta figure stuff out. And like I think back to my high school days where I think I was pretty successful. Like I got into university. I consider that success. Um, I did pretty well, you know. Like I got 90s and above, but like it's like I was able to achieve that because I always had classmates to talk to. I always saw them every day. I always had to like talk to them and stuff. Like in university, that like I don't know, I just stopped talking to people. Maybe it was just me saying like, oh, I'm a lock in. I'm just not gonna talk to anybody, and like that didn't work. And the reality is like it's hard to go through university without anybody to talk to, right? I tried joining clubs, and then just my arrogant ass is just like, yeah, I'm smarter than everybody. But like the reality is like, no, Like you may think that you're smarter than everybody. Sure, like I'd say that's good ego. That's a good, maybe that's like somewhat of a good mentality to have, as long as you're not being an asshole about it. But like there are there are there is value to talking to people, and kind of that's why people say your net worth is your network. As to where you have you could talk to this guy, you could talk to this person, this woman, guy, girl, whatever gender stuff, right? You could talk to a human, talk to somebody. That's probably, I don't know, in the future, maybe AI agents or something. But, but yeah. And being like, having a friend who's good at X, right? You can always ask them about X topic. There's another friend good at Y topic. You always ask them for that, right? We all have our story. I feel like the reason why I've been so behind, or I think I'm behind, but maybe it's just my journey. I try not to think that I'm behind, because if you think you're behind, like you're comparing yourself to other people, it's your life, it's your journey. Just have a goal, have a dream, chase after it, right? Like right now, well, before I was always curious about like software. I was curious about computers, how they worked. Maybe I should have went to engineering, but it's never too late. I could always switch. Just be a lot of money, a lot of commitment. But like right now, the world of AI and all the software stuff, like there are days where I can code for like 12 hours, and there's days where I feel like I can't. But in those days, I at least try to like. I don't know. There were days before. I think the first 3 years in the university where like in those days where I didn't feel like I was just thinking about it. I was like obsessing over it, and maybe I obsessed over it to the point where like maybe to where I hated it, like to where I was comparing myself with others. Right? I think that's a bad thing. But like even now, you can think to yourself realistically, right, where you are. You may be depressed, but there will be good days. There will be bad days. Just gotta, just gotta move on. Just gotta like, yeah. I don't know. The fact that I was rejected to hackathons last year, that like, bro, who the hell gets rejected to hackathons? Like, I don't know. Maybe I was shooting too big, but yeah. Even like the smaller ones that I have been to before in like my second year, like I also got rejected for that. I was like, what? But whatever. But even now, right? As a hackathon, have a goal, right? I'm gonna talk to people. I'm going to a new country for the first time. I'm going to the U.S. Just, I'm a Canadian. I'll just talk to people. It's like, like I'll start with like, yo, I'm a Canadian. How are things here? Right? I attend a university here in Canada. How are things here in the U.S. and like, you know, maybe I don't know. Maybe I was judging people as to where they were right now, and maybe the people who were like way above me, just like it just scared me because like it's just imposter syndrome. Because like there's always people better than you, and then when you like listen to them, maybe they frighten you because you're like, is this really it for me? Do I have the same love that they have? But like maybe they found their niche, and maybe you haven't. It's so like when I was just all technical, all my courses were all technical. Like I chose all CS because I was like, screw the arts, right? Screw taking history or whatever. Like what's the point in it? Right? I'm here at university. I might as well take something like really technical, really helpful. And so like I think that also took a toll on like creativity and like thinking. Cause like maybe I had the problem solving thing, but like the creativity was not there. And I feel like not talking to people, not going out, like not doing creative things, kind of hinders your ability to kind of like come up with ideas. And so I don't know. I just watched this like generic Blender donut tutorial. I don't know why. I just chose like 3D software, like software designing stuff, just for fun, and like I really did enjoy it. Like there's an aspect of my life where I'm thinking like my retirement, right? If I became a software engineer, made enough money, hopefully like I'm doing something where like I truly enjoy it, right? Like I don't know. There's a lot of creative things people could do with software, right? Whether it's solving people's problem or whether it's like a creative thing, those are still things I'm figuring it out. You know, the only best way is to kind of explore these things. And so Blender was my exploration through like making 3D models or just like something a little bit more creative. Because like I knew in game design or just making games in general, like there'd be a point where maybe I need to make custom assets for something. And so like one can dream, right? To where maybe when I grow old, right? When I'm beyond Unk, like I'm basing Unk right now. When I'm beyond an Unk, when I'm a grandpa, right? Like probably when I'm like 50 or something. Just pump out a bunch of kids, just collect their child support money or something. This would be wild, but like yeah, like I grow old, I'll probably make games, just for the fun of it. Right? Maybe that was probably one reason I chose CS as like as a degree. Maybe CS does give you the fundamentals. It does speed up your learning, your process to kind of like understand and build all this like software related stuff. So yeah, like there's gaming. When I grow old, I'll probably be one of those indie devs where I just make games for my kids or something, or just make something for like shits and giggles. Honestly, but who knows, right? That's enough yapping. Honestly, I feel like it's more technical this time. Instead of I don't even remember, right? Like, just post things, right? Just post things. Who will remember, right? Maybe you get quoted one day. You're like, oh, your day one video, right? It's just like, damn, bro, I can't believe this was you. And I was like, yeah, it was me, man. If I ever become super successful, but said an if, said an if when I have the mindset to where like it's not an if, it's a when, and when it's a when, it'll happen. But, yeah. There's many things to life. I'm still young, 21. Maybe there's some views that I understand or my opinions where like I'm still young. I still have a life ahead of me. I could die tomorrow from a car crash or something, but I don't know. I think there's enough yapping. Maybe I'll save it. Well, there's no saving it. It's just whatever comes to my mind is what are these videos are about, basically. Yeah. Keep coding, people. Live life.